Let me do it again.
We didn't finish reading that scripture. Just know how we get a chance.
No, but you spoke for a minute. We don't come to be ministered. We come to minister.
Right.
We're not even supposed to sit and debate over.
No. Look, listen. We came out here to teach this truth to the hopeful elect. We didn't come here to get ministered by anybody. Now we'll let you talk and understand what you're saying, but then you got to be reasonable and let us bring the scripture down. Because this is not of us. This is of the Lord. And we just letting you know that that's your religion that you believe in. All right, cool. That's you. But we telling you that look. You an Israelite. Basically what you are is an Israelite that believe in Islam. That's all it is, because it goes back to your nationality. Once you find out who you are, you got to worship the true and living power. Right. He gave us customs, ways, and traditions, and that's what we're supposed to live in. Not go and worship something else what somebody else created. Finish reading that, because this is going to break. Are you ready? Okay, go ahead.
All right, this is Isaiah 34:16 again. It says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it has commanded, and his spirit it has gathered her."
None shall want her mate. There's no book that can mate with the Bible, and that's why every year the Bible is the top-selling book of the world. You got people over there where you got Jude to Esau. He got Christianity running around here. Where he got this Christianity religion. We even got Chinese people believing in Christianity, thinking in Jesus Christ. That's a false doctrine. That actually goes back to plantation slavery doctrine. That's when we was slaves. They put that upon us to fear them and to control us and be their servants.
That's what well, the cross came from the It's derivative from the was the original cross.
Go from Egypt.
That's right, the was the original cross, and that's why King James got that homo.
Nah, King James wasn't a homo. So you got to do your history on that.
Nah.
Because Leviticus 18:22.
So King James was the one.
It don't say that.
King James was the first time people heard of the Trinity.
All King James did was help publish the Bible so we could be written. So we can understand it now. King James wasn't no homosexual.
He did the same with the Bible. He did the same thing that Elijah did. He did the same thing that Abraham Lincoln did with the Emancipation Proclamation. I say it there. During the time before the King James Version of the Bible, you had Protestants and Catholics at war with each other.
All right,
White people at war. What he did was took the Protestant Bible.
All right. Real quick, just to prove that King James isn't a homosexual. This is Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. "If a man also lieth with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them."
And who wrote that?
King James.
He translated it.
So if he translated, if he commissioned it to be translated, he commissioned 70 scholars to translate from the Hebrew tongue and Greek tongue to English. Now, if he commissioned that, he was a homosexual. Wouldn't he this out?
I'm saying,
He'd be in this.
That came out later. What you see, your key words say, I heard that. When you do the study, that came out later after he passed. They didn't want King James to publish this. All the slander came out later after he had died. What King James did, the Most High put a spirit on King James, because now we're able to read the Bible and have it in the way that it was written off the scroll. But it was translated into English. Can you read the full book?
I'm going to just jump to the point.
Yeah.
Ecclesiasticus, correct? Sirach?
Yeah, Sirach the prologue.
Alright. It says here, this.
Yeah, I got it.
Mine,
There you go, right here. I like it.
Oh, God.
So this is the prologue, all right, of the wisdom, okay, and in the book of Sirach, all right. It says, wherefore, let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words.
Right. But why become short because some words? Because you got to understand the Hebrew. If you learn the Hebrew, the Lashon Qadash, is straightforward. It's not, okay, like for an example, on the commandments, you will read, you understand this and say, thou shalt not kill. It's not, that's English. It's not saying that in the Hebrew, it's saying, don't murder. It's straightforward. So now King James had 70 scholars that was going to translate, not rewrite, or, oh, I think he said this or he said that. No, they did their best of their ability to write the word in Old English from the Hebrew. They translated the word the best of their ability, and that's why this prologue is here for that, to tell us that, because it's not the same force in Hebrew. That's Esau. That's the damn devil. That's because he did that. He wanted to confuse people. He don't want the so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, which are the lost 12 tribes. He don't want them to know who they truly are. That's why. So now he got all these different Bibles, and he got this thing out there where you can believe in what he want to believe. Eat your own. Well, guess what? I'm gonna tell you something. You can have your own opinion. Listen, you can have your own opinion, and you can say eat your own, that's and that. But when Yahawashi come, you're gonna have to pay for not. You're gonna have to pay for you not taking heed to your wickedness, man.
I ain't worried about this.
But check this out. Check this out.
Hold on.
In the Bible, I agree with a lot of what he said about keeping us away from our true selves. Because turn to the book of Genesis, right quick. And read the story of Noah. Turn to the story of Noah. Noah had 3 sons in the Bible:
Shem, Ham, and
Shem,
Japheth.
Ham, and Japheth. Japheth, genealogy-wise, Japheth is the father of who is now the Jews.
Shem.
Shem is the father of what is now Indo-European. Ham is the father of Cush.
That's super wrong.
You're
right about Ham, but
black people. And it said that Noah cursed Ham to be a slave.
we're just going into that in that lesson.
Ephesians 4 and 5, it reads, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, all right? One power, Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. I mean, like how the brother read earlier, how you can't really marry this book with nothing else. Like, we got to get to the point of things. Like, in the Quran, there's no warning against that. The mark of the beast, for example. So that already does. Where is that found in the Quran? It's not in there.
Yes, it is.
The mark
All right, you got to show us that.
You
You got to show us that.
Let's show it.
What did he say?
You got to show us.
that the mark of the beast is.
The law talks about the Dajjal in many parts of the Bible.
Yeah, the jail would be
He
the
says,
mark
he
of the
says
beast.
the Dajjal will have a mark on his head.
Who's the job?
But what's the
Dajjal
mark?
means Antichrist.
Okay, hold on.
Who is the
Okay, wait.
Which will have a mark on his head, which will translate into 666.
All right, so wait, hold on. So what is the mark of the beast?
A mark on his forehead saying 666.
That's not the mark of the beast. I can get a tattoo on my forehead and say 666. I don't mean I got the mark of the beast.
What is Quran? I'm not saying you are, and I'm not saying you're not. But I'm not talking about a tattoo.
What are you talking about then?
I'm talking about physical mark.
What's the mark?
Permanent physical mark. Just like you got a birthmark.
Tell me what the physical mark is then.
A mark. I told you already.
So who have you seen that
There will be
has?
a sign on his head.
So who have you seen that has that?
Which sick
Try to make what if somebody with a mark on their forehead?
Seen that has
The mark,
that?
listen, the mark of the beast, I'm asking you that because I wanted you to be more specific. Because it's right there in your face. The mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, in which these elites are now pushing into society to change the form of how we buy and pay. That's the mark of the beast. You got people taking this chip, and look, let me, hey, bring the chip scripture out, BaHaSham. And let me tell you something. The chip, this is a new form of currency. This is a new form of identity. This chip is going to be the new way of how you live. That's the mark of the beast. So if any man take this, see, I knew you was going to do that. That's why I wanted you to be specific.
What you're saying,
okay, go ahead.
But Allah specifically says.
What surah is that?
Specifically
Talk about the tip. Well, go ahead.
The mark of the beast.
What came first, though?
As I said.
What came first?
The Bible or the Quran?
Yeah.
What came first?
Come on, man.
Okay, then.
Bible, Christianity and the Muslim faith came from the scripture.
But let me ask you a
Exactly.
question. You say like we're Israelites because we come from a certain tribe.
From the man Israel,
We come from a certain tribe. Okay, Allah says in the Quran that there's many signs God never said
Really?
you understand what I'm saying? We evolved from living in wooden log cabins, living in brick structures now.
It was better back then than it is now.
We evolved. Financially, emotionally, you know what I mean?
You think that we evolved?
We evolved. You know what I mean?
Brother, listen.
What makes you think the religion doesn't evolve? Because in
not.
because in the Bible,
Got a piece of it.
Okay, bring it out. Bring it out.
This is Psalms chapter 12.
Judaism, that's Esau. Go ahead, hold on.
Psalms chapter
Go ahead.
Judaism,
You got a minute.
Judaism foretells Christianity. Jesus foretells the coming of a comfort. What makes you think religion doesn't evolve? What makes you think religion doesn't evolve? I mean, people were Jews.
The Lord was the
The
comfort.
first religion, you know, were Jews. The first formalized religion as an institution were Jews.
Well, this is our.
And then it evolved into
Institution. What do you mean?
what people call
This is
Christianity.
a custom in the way that we
You know what I
live.
mean?
This is a
And then
tradition.
it evolved into-
This is Psalms chapter 12, verse 6. The words of the Lord are pure words.
The words of the Lord are pure words. You know, even though the Bible was written by man, but it was what? Inspired by the Most High.
Right. The words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of earth purified 7 times. Yeah, man. So the scriptures, the words never change. Psalms. This is Psalms 12 and 6. I'm about to listen.
I mean, the 6 against 1 is. But like
Yeah, but you telling us what you think.
It's not about
telling
six.
you.
We're in the same mind. It's not about 6
he
against
gave a
1.
point. And before I could address it, he gave the point.
Get on.
And before I could address him, he gave the point. Now, I was
I
just
just
talking
told
to
you
him.
don't come to be.
He gave when I'm him, I didn't know, so could he repeat it?
Right, I'm
You know what I
trying to,
mean?
but you.
When he go to
cut me off.
repeat it, before I can respond to him, you gonna have something to
Right,
say.
because I just hold on. Because I told
It's
you,
5 and 6 against
I
1.
told you we don't come to be ministers. We in one mind. We one body up
Y'all
here.
don't come to be ministers.
We don't. I'm gonna read the scripture. Read that.
come to
Read
be
that.
ministers.
No, we don't. We do
Ecclesiastes
the minister.
So
This is
where
why
is
we
the
out here.
Bible?
Read.
So where's Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse
Listen.
1? If you could talk to me, how come I can't minister to you?
Listen. You can, but what I'm telling you, what I said before. You can talk back, but you gotta cut it short, make your point, so we can bring these scriptures out. Now read that out.
Ecclesiastes 5 and 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High.
If we didn't look like this, and we had that, this Lord put that spirit on the spirit on the flesh, you wouldn't dare come before us and say anything of what you believe. I'm just being honest with the spirit, because right now we're men like your men. We could die like you can die. We bleed like how you bleed. So this is this thing where the Most High put is you have to have faith. Now what it is that the lack of respect for us, where everybody they think they can just come up and say whatever you want to say. You don't mind, you can do you, be with you, but you got to give us the respect to bring out the scriptures. You can speak your piece. I told you, hey bro, you got 60 seconds, but you like to keep going on, and then you say it's 6 against 1. Nah, it's you against 1. That's the Most High. We're just messing. So go ahead, read it out.
And it says, and be more ready to hear.
It said, be more ready to hear. If you come before in the house of the Most High, you got to be more ready to hear. Because you say that a lot of things you say you agree with and stuff like that, it's more than we can bring out that you will agree with, and it will actually answer you without you even asking us the question. But go ahead.
Then to give the sacrifice of food.
Because sometimes most people, when they think they know something, they really come short and they don't know nothing. We study. That's why we come out here to minister, not to be ministered, because we know what we're talking about. We back it up through scriptures. We edify. Edify means to build. Hopefully it builds upon you and your faith with the Lord. If you don't believe, then it's on you. But here it is. We're not going to let somebody come up here and just keep going on and they take over the show. This is the Lord's show. So go ahead.
Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
This is how we break it. This is prophesizing. This is how we break it down. You got a lack of patience, though. This is the thing. A lack of patience with you. No, because I want the Lord to finish. I'm breaking it down to you. This is baby food. But you gotta chill. Just be patient. Go ahead.
Do anybody understand what I'm saying? All right, so I'm gonna
You don't
start.
come to be ministered. You got lack of patience.
But that's lack of respect.
What you mean lack of respect?
You can talk to me, but I can't talk to you.
You come over here. You don't have to be here.
You're an old bottle, man.
You don't have to be here.
Yes.
I'm being respectful to you. We don't understand. We don't come to be ministered. We minister, man.
But you also need to understand that I have a responsibility as a Muslim. That I'm a Muslim.
Yeah, but you have a responsibility.
When Islam is, how can I say,
Have a nice day.
attacked or belittled.
But if I'm not finished, done. If I'm not finished, if the Lord is not finished talking, how can you cut the Lord off?
I have a duty to defend the religion.
You can defend your
Like, there's some
religion,
things you said
but
about
you
the-
can't cut us
about
off in the
Islam.
midst of us
There's some things you-
speaking,
there's
man.
some things you said about Islam that were not true. If you remember what I said, you know, this is what we
Missing the
believe.
speech.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said what you said about Islam, and I'm like, well, that's not Islam. I said, this is what we talk to them.
Look, and there was.
I'm not trying to take over.
I understand it, but you're talking a little too much. You gotta make your point. Everything is cool. Look,
Tell you what Islam teaches. You should be telling me what Islam teaches. How could you possibly live without this?
hey, I know. I know. Studied for a minute.
Because what you study in your mind, what you try to interpret
Listen,
and
what I
with your
know-
mind
what I know is
in
what
my
you don't
heart.
know.
The Prophet Muhammad, Prophet Moses, you know, said the longest journey he ever took in his life was from here to here.
So what, man?
Now, what you have about Islam is all up in here.
No, it ain't.
What I got out of that, what I got,
You don't know this Bible.
it's all about this.
You don't know the Bible.
It's all about this.
But you don't know the Bible.
You're absolutely right.
So there we
But
go.
I
So
do
finish,
know
huh?
Islam.
Finish.
And I do know the
We're
Quran.
talking about the Bible. Nobody, you can't. Islam don't come before the Bible.
But you're making
Islam.
statements about Islam that the Quran can't
But what did I say? What you mean? What did I say that was wrong about Islam? What did we say? What was it that we said that was wrong against Islam for you to be and to tell us that we had it wrong? What was it? That's what I'm talking
had
about.
it wrong.
Hey,
So what you saying?
didn't say
The
you had
Bible
it wrong.
comes
I
first.
just told you
The Bible was
what
before
the
Islam.
Quran states.
But the
Quran
Bible was
pushes you
before
to the
Islam.
Bible.
So
Does the Quran
what-
push
I would never disrespect you like that.
But I'm saying though, but you just said that we're speaking. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
Be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil.
But they consider not that they do evil. They do evil. Now what it is, when the Lord, Jeremiah 3:15, because what it is, the Lord has set up men. And what people don't realize is that church is not what you go to in a building made with hands. This is church. And this is the house of the Most High. Little than people know, because they don't believe. When you come and with rash words or speak what you think against the word of what we telling you, and you coming against the spirit of the Lord, then you gotta fight with the Most High. That's a problem that the Most High has with you. Go ahead. You're speaking evil. Go ahead. Read it again.
Jeremiah not having no problem. We're not having no battle. I'm not going against the Most High, bro.
All right. Go ahead. I'll read it again.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 1.
What your problem is, what I was trying to explain, everything is cool, but I'm saying though, we got to this point to bring the scripture out is because you impatient. Like you can't, it's a discourse, but here it is, you're not going to minister us. And that's my whole point that I was trying to prove to you, is that we're not being ministered by you. We know the Bible.
But that's on you. That's your responsibility.
That's why I brought up the
My
scriptures.
responsibility is
That's why I
only-
brought the scriptures.
My only responsibility is to convey the message.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 1. Keep thy
foot
foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil.
But they consider not that they do evil. But anyway, you got precept?
Yeah. This is Sirach chapter 11, verse 7. This is Sirach 11 and 7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, then rebuke. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Neither interrupt men in the midst
There
of
you
their
go.
talk.
Yeah, there you go.
Good precept. Proverbs 14 and 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
Hey, Papa, can I get a little bit of my hand? Not to say pour for me. Excuse me.
You got it up. Bring it down.
Reason I said that, well, the scripture says that because something could seem right to you, but the end thereof is the ways of death. That's why we could sit and debate about things all day, but we got to the nitty gritty of the end time prophecies, that this is one of the major ones.
That's why I came here to listen.
And the reason I brought that out, and I asked you, what does the Quran warn about that, is because right now this government, believe it or not, is going to implement this on a worldwide scale. So what does the Quran warn you about that? And you can't bring it out. That proves that this is a superior book.
What do you mean I can't bring it out?
I
can't bring it out because I don't have a Qadash in front of me.
It's not my brother that is not in here.
You know, it's not a problem.
Islam is just the Arab religion, man. All right, really, that's for them, man. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. It says, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all peoples, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone."
When we was in the land of Israel, there was no talk of Muslims. When we was in the land and we was calling ourselves Hebrew Israelite and we kept the laws of the Most High, there was no Muslims. Read it again. I said Atlanta. I said what? I ain't said nothing about Atlanta, Georgia.
No, he said in the land.
In the land. Yeah.
Yeah, in the land.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 64. "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone."
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob didn't know anything about no Quran or being a Muslim.
They say they gonna scatter you like some
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They did not teach anything of the Quran. Anything, because that wasn't even in existence then.
Okay.
So go ahead, read it again. BaHaSham.
It says, and if I can add real quick, and that's why our people, so-called Negroes and Latinos and natives, are especially amongst the so-called Negroes, is worshiping Christianity. All right, we into Buddhism, we into every religion under the earth, man.
Except for
why is that? Because of this scripture right here, man. Okay, like I said, man, Islam is the religion of the damn Arabs, man. All right.
What makes you think that?
Because the time their religion, man.
I'll tell you something, man.
And the Qadash is in their land.
I'll tell you something, man.
This is a nationality. Go ahead, read that out.
Every prophet before Muhammad.
And it says,
see, you ain't even gonna give me a chance to talk.
Because it's useless. Because look, we explain it to you. It's like you getting cut, but you don't see it. You just got this thing. You got to defend Islam. Listen, the Most High is destroying it, but the Lord is against it. The Heavenly Father is against Islam.
How do you know this?
I'm reading the scriptures. Read it again. Read it again. What are you talking about?
64. Listen, bro.
You can't see it. Go ahead.
Listen, it says,
And I don't
and the
believe
Lord
you can see it.
shall
All right,
scatter
then
thee
Maybe you do.
among all
Maybe you do.
people.
I guess, hey,
People do what they
hey, we'll see. Like
gonna
Ezekiel
get it,
said,
man.
then you will know there was a prophet among you. Well, go ahead.
One of us is right. We'll find
Yeah,
out.
one of us right and one of us wrong.
You ain't gonna get it, man. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all
I'm
people,
not gonna get it.
from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Right?
And there,
And we on the other side of the earth, man. You got to understand. Before, when we was in the land of Israel, we didn't know anything about this except for Solomon knowing about with Tarshish and the ships when he brought men over here to get exotic animals in the time of Solomon. Other than that, we didn't dwell over here on the western part of the world. This became what a new world. The old world is when you go back to China, you go back to the eastern part of the world. They still living in the old world. This is the new world, which is America. All right? Right, so go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead.
it says, and there thou shalt serve other gods.
And here we shall serve other gods. And that's why I said Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob never taught anything about Islam. They didn't even know what that is. So go ahead.
And it says, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Wood and stone. Wood and stone. I mean, I don't, go ahead, you got it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Now it says discontinue. Hey, I'm pretty sure brothers played basketball before. When you discontinue, when you dribble the ball, you pick it up, and then you dribble it again. Yo, that's a discontinue, bro, my rock. Because why? That's meaning you started, but then you stop, and then you start again. Read it again, Doc.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Our heritage. First off, our nationality, our culture, our tradition, who we are as a people, the Israelites. Go ahead.
That I gave thee.
That I gave thee. Because how do we get this? Because through the seed. Through the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name was turned to Israel.
From Shem.
Shem. My bad. Okay, hold on. I got you. My bad. Go ahead.
You got it. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
Hold up. Now we going. The Lord calls us to serve thy enemies, man. All right? Go ahead.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Now really, you know, you go into thy enemies, you read Psalms the 83rd chapter, and it gives you a list of your enemies. And number 2 on the list is Ishmael, the so-called Arabs, man, and their Muslim religion.
They had us in fucking slavery, man.
Yeah, and they had us in slavery.
They supplied, they built the ships to take us over in the transatlantic slave trade over here into the Americas, man. Okay?
Yeah, hey, look into the Eastern slave trade.
Look at that.
Yeah. See what the problem is? Let me just say something real quick.
You gotta know history, man.
When people come up
To bring who? Where? As slaves.
The transatlantic slave trade, man. Do you not know your history? You don't know?
Blacks over here?
Yes.
During the time of Ishmael?
is that this is our history. This is a history book. What the white man did, he tries to attach religion to this book. This book has nothing to do with religion.
What year are you talking about? What year are you talking about?
All right, let me. I got
Ishmael wasn't alive in the 1500s.
All right, this is Ezekiel chapter. This is it right here. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 2. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I swore upon the land, if the people of the take a man of their coast and take him for a watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land and blow the trumpet and warn the people. So now, right now, we're out here as watchmen. We're blowing the trumpet. We'll let you know what's going to happen in the future to come. Okay? Martial law. Us being forced to get the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay? All right? This man's going to come down with great wrath because he knows that he has a short time to rule. So right now,
everybody can get that.
This is going to be implemented. This is going to be forced upon everybody.
Can I say this?
They're going to crash.
Everybody don't wear the mark of the beast. That don't make sense.
They're going to crash the stock
To
market.
me.
They're going to crash the money system.
Just to me.
They're going to do away with the dollar. The dollar's going to be done away with, though. So any money that you have in your pocket is going to be done away with. Okay?
Look, can I,
all right?
Can I say this real quick? Can I say this? Check.
What's your name?
Times of war.
Times of war.
Listen.
My name is Salutations.
I don't know.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Look, I'm going to go, man.
I don't know how this got here, bro.
I'm not going to say pointless because it has been informative for me. You understand what I'm saying? It has been very informative for me.
I can't
But,
listen.
You know,
This is Ezekiel chapter
hold on,
33.
As men of respect, you know, I've learned so much about different religions. You want to know why? By having discussions with people who talk to me about that. You understand what I'm saying?
That must be good, man.
You know, what the brother said was real true, brother. He said it's pointless to debate religion. It's not my intention to debate religion. If you recall, I've never said anything about what you believe in. I never said anything about what you believe in. Nobody's opinion, be it right, wrong, or indifferent. You know what I mean? I just, when you said, well, Islam is this, Muslims are that, and Allah is this, and I never said you were wrong.
It's okay.
I never said you were wrong. But what I did say was, well, you may say Islam is this, but the Quran says Islam is that.
Hey, bro.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, some of the most informative and educational conversations I've had with people of other religions is when they say, well, what I believe is this, and I can tell them what I believe is that. We never make statements about you're wrong. We never make statements you're going to hell. We never make statements like that.
Of the Lord.
We never make statements like that.
You know what I noticed?
Because the world is in need of no more prophets. If the world is in need, let me finish. If the world is in need of a prophet, then that means God's work isn't done. God says in Quran, this day I've completed my favor upon you. There will be no more prophets.
Look, check this out.
There will be no more scriptures.
Look. You don't believe what we believe. There's no need for you to be here.
Means to say that God ain't finished.
You don't believe what we believe. There's no need for you to be here. We're not keeping you, brother. We're not keeping you.
This is Romans chapter 3, verse 3. It says, for what if some did not believe? Shall there unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect.
Because you don't believe, it's not going to make the effect of the Most High. It's not going to make the law without effect, man.
I respect your way, man. I respect your way.
It says, God forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true and every man a liar.
Hey, because the original, hey brother.
For those who can't respect Islam,
hey brother.
All right, man.
All right,
But he didn't.
Hey, be at peace, man.
He came.
oh, I'm at peace.
The guy in the red shirt, he was up here before him, and he asked us, "What do we know about the Moors?" That's why the question is. So he was asking us for information on the Moors. That's when we went into Islam. He didn't know that.
He said Ishmael wasn't in the 1500s. Do you not know that Ishmael was a man? Like, that was born before. What are you talking about? This is, you don't even know history. You don't know anything. And that's why these people come to us, because they want to know stuff, but then here it is, they got a demon on them that the Most High be rejecting them.
Yeah, that's it.
You know?
He's done. He's wicked, man. He's wicked, man. But he's getting stuck on religion, man.
Yeah.
Here it is, man. We're trying to bring you back to your nationality, man. Your history book, man. He's getting stuck on religion, man. You know, this is stumbling block for a lot of people, man. When we start bringing the scriptures out, man, because they have it embedded in their head of what they were taught when they was they high, man. You know, and that's Bible school 101. It's what you learn in the Christian church.
He's really expecting a guy to come with a 666 mark on his forehead. That proves he has no understanding.
Yeah. And that's why I was trying to get him to be specific.
Yeah.
Because when I was going to go into it, I didn't want him to agree. Like, you're not going to take what I say and act like you know. Get out of here, man. You don't know none of this.
That was the Lord giving an example, because we were just going into Jeremiah 3 of how people have been laying, with other gods. And that was an example right there, man.
He's like I said, his constancy with a hot iron, man. He's just done, man. You know? All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 4. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
He told him.
So, like I said, he rejected, okay, all right, that sword coming, man. First and foremost, man, you're stuck on first base, man, but we're trying to give you the whole thing of what's to come,
No, he ain't even know it. He trying to swing.
Yeah, he's trying to swing.
And we on third base trying to get home.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly the point.
When that
Get foul
go
balls.
ahead, my bad.
And here it is, man. You see all of these so-called calamities, we have banners with missiles on it. They can't regard that. They don't regard it. They can't grasp it, man. They can't grasp what's to come, man. They so stuck on what they've been taught, and they want to try to come up here and try to use it to their try to have some kind of advantage on us.
This is St. Luke chapter 5, verse 36. And he spake also a parable unto them. No man putteth a piece of new garment upon an old. If otherwise, then both the new maketh a rent, and the piece that was taken out of the new agreeth not with the old. And no man putteth new wine into old bottles. Else the new wine will burst the bottles and be spilled, and the bottle shall perish.
Right. So him
He's a spill right here.
Clean that up. Clean up now, five.
him being that old man, okay, as being with that philosophy, carrying that philosophy of what he thought that he knew, okay. All right, here he is, man, a man, he had gray hairs, he thinks that he's been around for a while, but he's a fool. You know what I'm saying? He's an old fool at the end of the day. Because now we're trying to give him this song. Right. Okay? And then what, man? Couldn't receive it. Why? Because you gotta be in the spirit, mind, body, and soul, man. You have to, like I said, when you come into the street, man, or when you hear the street, man, you gotta be able to receive it, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord already has the men set up that's gonna receive His word, right? And my thing is like what the fuck? Hey, man, we got mercy on him, man. Because he was up here a little bit too long, man.
Let's see.
That dude that came up, the Muslim dude, he was here to get rid of that other, to get rid of the other cat.
Oh, no, I was saying about the charger. I turned the charger on.
The dude started getting disenchanted and upset because we're going back and forth into the religious thing, and then Satan pretty much got him out of it. The dude with the red shirt, the other dude, You know, that Muslim cat came ultimately to get rid of him.
Yep.
That was that for.
That's what it was, though, man. And he served his purpose, man.
Right.
You know, he served his purpose.
I got something real quick because he was saying, you know, never has he debated with somebody, you know, because how he debates with people, he'll say what he believes, they say what they believe, and then that's it. You know, he said, I never had nobody tell me that I was wrong. All right, well, this is Isaiah 58:1. Woo! Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression.
I'm gonna tell you, because the scriptures tell you there's only one truth, man. Everybody, an opinion is like an asshole, man. Everyone's got one. But what's the scripture, man? It's the scriptures, man. One truth. Go ahead, bro.
And he's transgressing because he believes that he's an Israelite. He got gray hair coming from his beard. He probably a Judah, you know? And he's into Islam, man. And then you come again. He's upset. He's getting cut, man.
Well, you nailed it perfect on the head. He's older. He says there's a lack of, you know, tell you, great men are not always wise, right?
Man, if the Lord gave us the power in the flesh and the appearance, these niggas wouldn't do shit, man. You need to go watch Brightburn. And see what we all about.
Hey, we could have been Pastor Port Chapel. You could have been Esau up here, man, trying to teach the Bible. He would have never have tried to come up like that, man.
Yeah,
in that kind of way.
They always do this. We always deal with that. People think they can just say whatever they want to say, but they don't realize that they're saying it to the Most High, man. You know.
And showing that the Quran doesn't prepare you for any of this. He had no clue what the mark of the beast is. And then if you ask a lot of these Muslims, like, what does it say in the Quran about why your people are catching hell, why you're in the worst ghettos, they can't tell you. So that's not the book.
Right. I got a precept. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4:1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully, but manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of Yahawah. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahawashi Mashiach, who is the image of Yahawah, should shine unto them. They're in darkness. Right. The Lord don't want them.
And we, my bad. You know, he said that he likes he goes off and debates with a whole bunch of different religions, right? He likes to debate. That's how he does it. This Romans chapter 1, and I'll start at 28. Get to the point. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
Oh, that's the spirit.
Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetous, malice, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, words. I'll finish it off. Backbiters, haters of the Most High, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents.
And that's the thing. He said the apostles last, which we have apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, but the word apostle means to be sent out. He's sent out to go on the highways and hedges. He's sent the elect to marry. And what it is that these people don't understand the prophecy. They don't get grasped by mind, so they demonize. Or they want to become tell you what it is. And you know, these messages, you deliver a message. Like Elder Apostle Tahar said a while ago. And one of his lessons, man, we're like mailmen. You know, you don't get mad at the mailman. You let a mailman come, drop your mail off, and you're like, oh. You look at a letter, you probably got a lawsuit from somebody. You don't be like, yo, why the fuck you send me this shit? Yo, don't ever send this shit to my house. You don't do that to the mailman. You know, don't kill the messenger, man. You know?
Or even like the weatherman, man. You don't get mad at the weatherman, man.
Oh, man. You know? Yo, why I gotta rain tomorrow? It's your fault. You know? Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got something. So,
hey, real quick, you wait till the Lord give us that, the Lord give us that power, man. Man, you people, hey, when you people see Yahawashi, you're going to ultimately just lose your breath, man. Because the power alone, the existence, within the presence, it's going. You know how a woman carry a presence? if you spiritual, you could be in a room at the job or something. You could be in the break room, bunch of y'all chilling, bugging out, talking about the damn basketball game and shit. And then one woman walk up in there. The presence change. Whether it's gonna go, you're gonna see guys acting funny, trying to get with her, or she might just take over. It's all with a woman's presence alone. It always disrupts men and their consciousness.
Right.
Now he got to, yo, word, like trying to put on. You be like, this nigga style. He's doing that because he want her. Well, the appearance and the presence of the angels and the Most High and the Lord, man. You know, and he gonna give us that appearance, man. These people gonna be afraid on sight, man. You know.
Said every knee shall bow.
Yeah.
Every knee.
Hey, he's coming with great power, man, and great glory, like the scripture says, man. You know, and it's gonna be absolutely breathtaking, man. You know, and like I say, like the brother said, man, you're gonna have people that's gonna actually have a heart attack, man.
That's right.
Gonna
lose their breath.
Yeah, you ever see them chariots? You know,
You're gonna inhale and then that's it.
you know, you're gonna see that them chariots live, direct, 3D, live and direct, man.
Yes.
1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for the man looketh from the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh from the heart.
Hey, and that's why the Lord chose David, man. You know, okay? David was he was not even one that they even look after, man. So you know, yeah, you know, and he wasn't even shown. He was scrawny and all that. Right. You know, like I said, though, all the other his brothers have a stature to them, you know. But the Lord didn't look. The Lord always deals with the underdog, man. Always, man. You know,
The ones you least respect.
But when you disrespect, man, when you go into the scriptures, you have to understand that. You know, it's simple.
I got a precept to go with Yahawah. 1 Peter 2 and 4. I'm gonna start at 3. It says 1 Peter 2 and 3. If so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious, to whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of God and precious. That's Yahawashi. Oh, you guys know? No, that's Yahawashi, man. You know, and that was all the prophets of old. They you know, they weren't commonly, they weren't a guy who you would think, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord is dealing with. That's what he said. I'm talking to men. You know, that guy basically said, I'm talking to men. I'm not talking to God. I don't feel like I'm disrespecting God. Little do he know, hey, they felt the same about Yahawashi, man. So that also proves that, you know, Yahawashi is in the midst right now, man.
And even when the Lord made his appearance unto Jerusalem, he went upon a colt, a donkey, basically, man. You know, that's a symbolic as humbling, you know. And they look not for him, man. You know, they rejected him.
Got a quick precept. Isaiah 44:18. They have not known nor understood, for he hath shut their eyes that they cannot see, and their hearts that they cannot understand. So ultimately, it's the Lord that shut that man's eyes, his heart. He's not gonna get it.
Because the Lord doesn't like him, man. He's undesirable to the Lord, man. You know, he's sitting there up there trying to debate, but behind closed doors, that old nigga could be a damn adulterer, man. But he thinks he come up and get some knowledge, man? Hell no, man. You know, who knows how the hell, who knows? Smoke cigarettes, man. So, you know, that's an automatic, you know, turn off to the cigarettes.
Swine, yeah.
You know, that's basically what we think. You know, but it is, like I said, though, we have a job to do here. You know, and we're going to encounter that type of situation where we cast our pearls in. It's like, okay, you know,
And he got marked, like in Ezekiel 3, whether they hear or forbear. So either way, it's a win-win for the brothers pushing it out, you know. He just got marked because we told him certain things that if he doesn't take heed, he's surely going to be put to death.
Yeah, I got another scripture called the appearance. You know, because even Paul had a weaker bodily stature. Right. So it says, 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 6, and having in readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Do ye look on things after the outward appearance? If any man trust to himself that he is Hamashiach, let him of himself think this again, that as he is Hamashiach, even so are we Hamashiach Yahawashi. For though I should boast somewhat more of our authority, which the Lord hath given us for edification, and not for your destruction, I should not be ashamed, that I may not seem as if I would terrify you by letters, for his letters, say they, are weighty and powerful, but his bodily presence is weak and his speech contemptible. You know?
Hey, you got it. Hey, and the letters that Paul wrote, they were weighty and powerful because why? Because the Lord was dealing with this man. You know, okay, and he was able to get his point across, man, especially to the Church of Corinth, the Church of Corinth, man. Okay, because like I said, hey, man, he had 2 letters with them, man. You know,
Yeah, I was gonna say another key point. I was trying to tell that guy. You know, we're in authority. You know, it says, verse 8, for though I should boast somewhat more of our authority, which the Lord hath given us for edification.
That's the point right there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. The spirit was heavy on Paul, man, to write those letters, man, and to if he had to get up close and personal, okay, that's what he did, man. You know, but he was comparing his appearance, okay, of being not to where people would match it up to what the letters were being written as.
Right.
You know.
Right. You know.
And that's how the Lord deals, man. You know, as far as appearance goes, man. All right, if he was all fucking NFL body type player, man, he probably showed more respect, man. But that shows how the Lord deals with underdogs, man. The Lord is like that, man. But this Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8 says, "In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them."
And we're gonna go back to our first estate of those guys, man, being those heavenly bodies, man. You know, go back to that heavenly estate, that first estate, man. You know, so when Yahawashi comes back, man, his reward is with him, man. You know, and our works are not in vain, man. Not in vain, man. You see?
Yeah, I got some. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1. I start at 24. No, I start at 25. It says, because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And the Most High have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. And base things of the world and things which are despised have Yahawah chosen.
See, it ain't fucking hard, bro, because I remember we speak about Paul as well. But this is why you don't got celebrities in the camps, man. You know? Jay-Z ain't out here. Okay? Because otherwise, people will just flock to that, man.
Yeah.
It's all really about the sincerity of the truth, man. Of BaHaSham, man. And how he gets down, man. All right, so we portray the message, and you got to really hear and be sincere and listen to it, okay, and agree with it and humble yourself, all right, to learn, man.
2 Chronicles 7:14. Get that real quick. It says, and base things of the world and things which are despised have the Most High chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are.
Hey, I might say something, and things that are despised, man, because these people out here, man, they despise us being out here, man. You know, if they really had the heart to put us to death, man, they would, man. Okay, but it's gonna come to naught, though, man. You know, because the word of the Lord is gonna have free course, man. You know, and it's gonna accomplish all that He pleases, man. So it's nobody gonna stop this word, man. And we're gonna be out here until the Most High take us out over the streets, man. Okay, it's gonna be this is the Most High's program.
Right.
You know,
and it's truly about faith. Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed.
And that guy right there, he's gonna be destroyed, man. You know, the Lord don't care about how you feel. You know, it's about if you're striving for righteousness, man. You know, He told us to hate the evil. I said something like that in the lesson this week. The Lord said, hate the evil. So how dare these churches or anybody tell us that we can't hate? The Lord said, hate the evil, love the good. So if you see wickedness that's against the transgressing against the Lord's laws, you're supposed to hate it. If I see a homosexual, yes, I can hate him. Will I step to him and be like, yo? Nah, because why would I do that? It's not expedient. I'll get locked up. They got hate crimes. They got hate crimes and things like that. Or you know. But why would I do that? But what I'll do is, hey, you know, the Lord will destroy that nigga, you know? So you can't tell us that we can't hate. The Lord even said that he said, I hated Esau and loved Jacob. What are you talking about, man? What again, Bible says?
It says, whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed.
Shall be destroyed, man. By this truth, we're going to be destroyed, man. Go ahead.
It says, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
He that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. So this is the thing. The Lord said you look up in the inward part of man. You know, our thing is this. If you don't get this word, that's on you. You know, see, people like to look at us as, like it was bringing out, we're so-called minorities, we young black men. I can say whatever I want to them. But I guarantee you, if it was an Edomite, a so-called white man out here, and there was 5 of them, look at the Mormons. They be walking around here, man. I be seeing Jake, old woman, they be stopping, talking, conversing with them, this and that. Oh, I like you, this and that. But if we tell you, hey, look, and they walking up in the hoods, and they pick who they want to talk to, man. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, and whoso despises the word shall be destroyed, man. All these people drive around in these cars that see us and they want to, you know, roll their eyes, they want to turn their head, they want to talk shit in their car, you know. When we're going by, they're going to be destroyed, man, because it's further proven, man, that these people hate the Bible.
And you know why? The reason why the Lord is saying that, because first off, he's the Heavenly Father, all right? His son laid his life down for the children of Israel, in particular the elect. So you got a price. You bought with well, that's the elect. But you have what the prayer say? What the prayer we in debt, because you are in debt to the Lord, man. All right, I lost my train of thought, but go ahead.
I got something real quick. 2 Chronicles chapter 36.
Oh, Salakia, because another thing is that the Lord have warned you through his prophet not to take the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. You know, you shouldn't be going to these armies, man. You know, you should know what your true nationality is according to your tribe from the seed of your father. You should know the Lord's name. So this is, if you despise this word, you're despising all of the knowledge. You're despising all of the wisdom that you can retain and you see in salvation with it. You know?
Yeah, for sure. So, 1 Corinthians 6:19. What? Know ye not that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit which is in you, which ye have of the Most High, and ye are not of your own?
Ooh, so we're not of our own, man. Even these bodies belong to the Most High. The spirit belongs to the Most High. The body belongs to the Most High. He created the spirit, and he put inside of the, first off, you came from a man's loins. He put you into a sperm, and you got ejected inside of a woman's womb. And then the Lord he put the spirit there in you, and then you created the flesh. He created all of this. So how dare you walk around talking about something, you your own, or you God body. I'm God. My destiny is mine. Nah, you can't choose whether you can live forever. The Most High can take you out right there, man. You know, this temple, hey, if you're an Israelite, your body is a temple to the Most High. So that's why also, it's that 1 Corinthians 3?
6.
Okay, yeah.
Real quick to add on, like how the brother said, because, you know, people that be saying, they God and they control all this by themselves. When you really look at the end of the day, like take a basketball player. He growing up, he thinking he taking his destiny in his own hand when he coming up through high school, college, then he's gonna be in the NBA. Then what fucking happen when he get hurt or some shit? Then his career is done. You know what I'm saying? But you had these great expectations, but what? The Lord chose otherwise for you. So that show you that we don't control nothing, man. You may plan your path, but it's the Lord that guide our steps. So we gonna walk the way that he want us to walk, man.
Hey, you wanna have a long life, you better follow. You want your children to be delivered? You got children, you got family, you got loved ones who you pray for, you hope the best for them. Well, you better teach this truth. You better be in the works of the Most High. You better hope the Lord show mercy unto you to show mercy upon your family.
Yeah, for ye are bought with the price. Therefore glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit, which are the Most High.
That's right. Yeah. Straight up.
It says that we're prisoners of Yahawashi. So when you're a prisoner, you can't do what you want.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 22. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman. Likewise also he that is called being free is Hamashiach's servant. Ye are bought with a price. Be ye not servants of men. Brethren, let every man wherein he is called therein abide in the Most High.
Service of men. You shouldn't be sitting here trying to be politically correct because you want these people to be on their good side. The Lord ain't with that, man. You know, you got to speak the truth. If everybody say that, because most dudes in the hood, what niggas talk about, my brothers and them, everybody was trying to say something so he over here could agree. Here it is, if I say something, I'm over here by myself, and all of them want to go to war. It's like, I'm out of here, niggas. You know, I ain't even to the there. So you shouldn't be trying to sugarcoat anything. Both sides say, let your yay be yay, nay be nay, man. Yeah, justify wickedness.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing for most people. Actually stay up for what's. That's why we, you know, who's up against me, who rise up with me against the evildoers, man. Because it's not too many that's willing to stand up for what's right. When you look at it as the eyeball, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the kid in class who just like art and who like to draw or some shit like that or wear glasses and he's really into books. He looked at it as an eyeball, but he just being him. But he's standing up for what's right according to his life. You know what I'm saying? So people look at him as an eyeball and nobody wants to feel like that. But that's what we doing out here on the corners, you know what I'm saying, teaching to our people. We looked at as eyeballs. The scriptures say that we're looked at as the filth and the offscoring of the earth. The people consider us as dung, like we worth nothing, man.
Right.
But they don't know how precious we are. The Lord said that a man shall be as a precious piece of fine gold.
You better go watch the movie Bright Burn.
Bright Burn, yeah.
You know who we are.
Yeah, Con.
Bright Burn.
I feel like I've seen it already.
I watch all the marketing, man. Get up for you.
Real quick, this is Romans chapter 6, verse 16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. See, so we're supposed to be servants of Yahawashi. Alright, so if you find yourself, truly looking to serve, like even Yahawashi said, no man can serve two masters. Alright, if you find yourself, truly striving for the truth unto death, alright, trying to serve Yahawashi, and guess what? Well, that's who servant you are, man. Okay? But it says again, know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. Right? But if you're over here serving the world, all right, serving men, all right, trying to please men, then hey, man, you're gonna reward yourself death, man. But if you're a servant of Yahawashi, you're gonna reward yourself life.
I got a precept. This is the book of John, chapter 5, verse 30. I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek not my own will, but the will of the Father which hath sent me.
So we don't seek our own will, man. You know, if it was our will, we wouldn't be out here teaching this truth, man. It's Saturday, probably be trying to get up with a chick, trying to figure out where the party at, getting some drink. Somebody probably got a cookout. You probably at your homeboy crib, you smoking. Hey, but it's not of our will. It's of the Most High's will, man. Hey, Paul also said, give thy body as a living sacrifice. And we're the men that's willing to give our bodies as a living sacrifice, man. Whatever how the Lord please, man. You know, but may the Lord give us that salvation and place those crowns upon our heads, man.
I got a quick precept. He thought that we were being disrespectful by correcting him, but that's in the law. Leviticus 19:15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. You got a duty to just cut to the chase, man. Just tell it how it is. How you brought out Isaiah 58. Fair not. Right. I don't care about speaking.
And then sometimes, brothers don't always come off harsh. It's just telling you what it is. But the way our people is and how emotional we are, we take the littlest thing to an offense. And then it's a big problem now when it shouldn't have to be, man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whether you see this as the truth or not, like we should be able to talk amicably without you getting all in your feelings and emotions, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to be able to do as men in general. You know what I mean?
He was an older man. He was being emotional, but in a calm emotion about it. he was still being despising the word. You know, trying to be slick about it, and he taking what we're saying, and then a little bit that offends him. Well, the Bible offends you, man. Attack the Bible then. Attack the first the Most High out. You know.
You could blame goddamn Esau, man, for that, man. Because Esau has cultivated this culture to where, you know, how everything is supposed to be, you know, do thy will, you know, but when something comes with restriction or you know, they got a problem with it. But you can be as wicked as you want to be, you know. But you have a spot for when we drive home the truth, man. You know.
It wasn't hard, but thinking about it now. Muslims, you know, they practice this thing where you're not supposed to eat pork. All right? Well, that's the Bible. You're not supposed to eat pork. But then here in Ramadan, I guess this was the month of Ramadan or last month. Here it is. I heard one when I was getting this brother's car fixed. The dude was like, "Yeah, bro, look, when the sun go down, I'm gonna smoke one with you." Like that, you supposed to fast, and when the sun go down, now you able to eat, you able to do whatever your wickedness is. Well, then okay. This is how you know we don't have the same God. How is it that you can hear? How is it that you a Muslim and your body's supposed to be a temple, but then they smoking cigarettes? You know, the Bible prohibits that. You can't even eat crab, shrimp, and lobster. You're not supposed to be doing that neither. But you see a lot of Muslims Saturday and Sundays cracking crabs down. You know, what are you like? Come on, man.
They're not supposed to drink liquor either. But you know they still gonna have 40s and shit.
Or gamble.
Yeah,
And over here on Springfield Avenue. These bunch of Muslims be over there gambling in the gambling hall, man. You know, older men. You know, on the betting on the races and shit.
And Jake has a very shallow understanding of what they into anyway. You know what I'm saying? When they follow Islam, you know, they want to spew out what they know about it, but it's very shallow. But once we start digging into it, oh well, I gotta see about that. They always do that though, man. You know, they always trying to, you know, you try to find something. What scripture out? Inventors of wicked things, of evil things.
Oh, you talking about
Yeah, it said inventors of evil
Romans
things.
1:28.
Right. And what was the inventor of evil things, man? Quoting something that's not in there. Mm-hmm. Something that was in his book that he's talking about that was not there. Mm-hmm. You know? Yes, that's an evil thing, man.
Yep, inventors of evil things.
That was an inventor of evil thing, man. He's talking about the prophecy of the chip being in there. Come on. It's not in there. It's not in there.
Yeah.
We already know that's not in there.
Well, what sparked that demon in them that upset him is that when I said that the fact that the Muslims don't acknowledge Yahawashi as the Savior, that'll get you put to death. But there's no other way to tell you that nicely. Like, that's straightforward. And that's in the scriptures.
Jeremiah 48:10. Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood.
Yeah. So you got it. Hey, what's that? Isaiah 3:17. Somebody get that?
Oh, warn the people, right?
Yeah. So you can't hold back your sword, man. You gotta tell them, man. We in camp right now. We out on the highways and byways, and we're here to fulfill what Isaiah 58:1 stands for, man. You know, crowd loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show our people their transgressions, man. Point the finger, man. You know, what you're doing wrong against the Lord, man.
Yeah, now real quick, how the brother Kalat was just saying, like, our people just have a problem when it comes to something with restrictions, right? Mainly the Bible. But in all other aspects of your life, you have restrictions. You have restrictions. You got a job, right? You got restrictions. You got to raise your kids up a certain way. Or it's what? Diapers and somebody can come take your kids, right? You got restrictions. You know what I'm saying? Things you can give them, things you can't give them. You know what I'm saying? Driving, you got restrictions. You get a license, you know what I'm saying, as a privilege, and there's certain things that you're restricted to do while you're driving. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things in all, honor your mother and your father, that's a restriction, right? All aspects, we're dealing with a man and woman relationship. There's supposed to be restrictions there, right? Supposed to be a common understanding there. So why is it that when we bring this, you got a problem with it, when in all other aspects of your life, you have restrictions? But this is a problem, though. Now you the problem, you know what I'm saying?
But it's right too, man. And it goes back to the precepts of men. You know, this Esau's philosophy on how he wants to.
Done.
Two-thirds to destroy that nigga, man. You see? Okay, we don't have no time to be playing with nobody, man. Everybody gonna come out here with their own vain opinion, man. It don't do nothing, man. You see?
Hey, that's the thing. You think you just strolling by having a good night, feeling good, think you gonna score, and he just did the worst thing in his fucking life, man. Because the Lord ain't playing around with these niggas, man. Scripture say he gonna come back and cry like a travailing woman. Okay? Scripture say the blood's gonna be up to the horse's back, man. You know, the horse's bridle. This nigga over here playing around, man.
Hey, I got a precept for y'all. This is Jeremiah chapter 15:1. Then said the Lord Yahawah unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Talking about that nigga, man. He's talking about you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Hispanic, and Native Seminole Indians, man. He's talking about his own people, the wicked. All right? Well, the ones that's being wicked, man, the 2/3. It says, cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whether shall we go forth, then shalt thou tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahawah, such as are for the deaf to deaf, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to captivity.
Hey, brother, if I could add, because that's actually in the law where the Lord said, like, if you had a son rebellious, you know, you would take him to the elders, and if he still won't hear you, well, you're to death. So now, the Lord, you know what I'm saying, time again, he put out the prophets, they killed the prophets. So now it's like, what else can I do with you? I got to put you to death.
In the scripture, Isaiah, the 1st chapter, he says, why would I stricken them anymore?
They will only revolt.
That says, verse 3, it says, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of heaven, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy, man. And that's what's going to happen to these niggas out here, man. You know, you just shouting out your mouth against the Most High, you're going to meet this destruction, death unto death, man. Sword unto sword, famine unto famine. There's nothing left for you niggas, man. All these people are born in vain, man. Your life is worthless, man. Straight up. If you ain't living for Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, you're going to die a grievous death, man. You know?
And the problem is, right, is the Lord is suppressing Esau's ultimate aggression that he wants to take out on these people, man. You know, that's what it is, man. Jacob is living it up. Esau's giving them liberty to do whatever it is that they want to do, man. But once Esau starts coming down on these people, man, they're going to know what time it is, man. All right? They ain't going to know. Actually, they're not going to know what hit them, man. They're not going to know what hit them, man. You know? Esau's aggression, that what he really wants to do to these people, man, is suppressed right now, man. That's all what it's boiled down to, man. Because Jacob's in the worst possible case scenario as we speak, man. Okay? And you still ain't figured nothing out? Nothing? Okay, nothing is not, you don't see, like, nothing don't seem right. Something should be stirring you up in the spirit that something ain't right the way we're living, man. Something ain't right. That should stir you up in the spirit, man. But it doesn't with these people, man. You know? These people ain't got a pot to piss into the window to throw at them, though, man. But they still want to come up here and try to come up against how to get right, man, and how to get what our true reward is supposed to be, man. Okay, we're supposed to be rulers of this earth, man. Okay, all right. Look at our people, man. Look at this, man. These people over here waiting 50 minutes for a damn bus, man. Yeah. You know, and then when the bus comes, it's probably no AC, probably raggedy, broken down bus. Come on, you know, our people just like content, man. Content with what Esau's crumbs they give you, man. Right. Whatever little crumbs the master throw out, man.
As long as we start giving them a vacation, they good.
Or a day off like Memorial Day.
Yeah. Offers something to hope for in the future, man. Now, if you leave it up to that Muslim over there, there's no more profit. There's no more profit.
Wow.
There's nothing to look for. This is it.
Wow. This is it. Everything is complete. Now we're just living day to day, man.
Waiting for a guy with a 666 tattoo.
Yeah, I got a quick reset. This is Zechariah chapter 14:1. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravaged, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. All right, so this great calamity that's coming upon these jakes, man. You know, you got the scriptures where it speaks about Jacob's trouble, man. Martial law, man. Hey, it said the women, it said the house is riffled and the women ravished, man. That means you women gonna be raped, man. All right? You're gonna be taken by force. You're gonna be seized, man. And I know those in Israel, in these different camps, they hate the word rape. You know? Well, the Bible does teach rape, man. All right? Because that was a custom that we did according to law. There was a law on rape. You know, you just don't go out doing anything you want, man. But people are butthurt behind that. Now, do we practice that and push and promote that for brothers to do that today? No, we don't, man. But we will speak about it because it's in the scriptures, man. So what you going to do or say against these soldiers, these foreign soldiers, when they declare martial law in the city and they come in your house and they rifle your whole house up and they ravish your wife, man, or ravish your daughter, you know? And it don't matter what age they are, man. They could be a 9-year-old little girl. You got 3 soldiers on her head, man. You know? That's what this dirty-ass military, these dirty-ass Edomites and these heathens, that's what they all about, man. You know, people put their face up toward us as if we're the despicable ones. Well, no, you ain't seen the despicable. You haven't seen what the, well, let me say this. Here, you have not seen what the Lord swore would do unto you, man. Right. And the sword is Esau, man. You know?
The funny thing is about it is like, it's already right in front of you, but niggas just refuse to see it.
Exactly.
Niggas refuse to see it.
That's that distractions, man. Esau's doing a fine job with the distractions, you know. And then, like I said, hey, the Lord's gonna put a cold spirit on this dude, man. You know, He's gonna put a cold spirit on him, man. And don't think that Esau don't be lusting after you, women of the tribes, man. Negroes, West Indian, Haitians, Hispanic, and Native American women, man. You women are out here and you do that will, man. You dress any kind of way you want, man. Don't think this man ain't gonna ain't lusting after you.
Hey, real quick, just what was it, last year? You know, you got this, well, it was last year and this year. These stupid ass 2/3, they don't even know that there's a vibration and an agenda to push pedophilia, man. And you got the Israelite woman, got her little daughter shaking her ass all over YouTube and World Star, man. You know? So yeah, you wait till this devil he make legal pedophilia, man. Pedophile, man. All right? Because you got this, I forgot this woman's name, but she's supposed to be a scholar, all right? And basically their thing is that they want society to accept pedophilia behavior, man. They were saying it's nothing wrong with being a pedophile, man. And people should accept them. And that's why, you know, this ultimately this place in North America is gonna be destroyed. Because when they pass these laws, when Obama passed laws in the 50 states here for homosexuality, he opened up the gates for all unlawful sex, man. And now we in 2019 with a red Edomite Trump, all right, as the president, okay? And now they're pushing pedophilia to be accepted in the LGBT, whatever how you say that shit. They want it to be accepted in, man. So like you said, man.
And this is the what's that scripture? Every foul spirit's here, man. You know, every foul spirit is here, man. Here in Babylon, man. And any diabolical sense in the word of wickedness and sexual fornication is here, man. It's here. And Esau's trying to push it as law.
Jeremiah, going back to martial law, Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 22, it says, "Let a cry be heard from their houses when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them. It says, for they have dig a pit to take me and hit snares for my feet." As the brother was saying before, man, all right, there ain't gonna be nothing that you people are gonna be able to do except to cry out, man. You know, except to cry when Esau comes down and judge you however he pleases, man. Okay.
Hey, bro, if I could add, because I was just looking up some. I just typed in a quick Google search: UN troops rape, and this was let me see. This is on January 16th of last year. It says UN fails to stem rapes by peacekeepers in Africa. Victims cry, and that's what's happening. It was like a few years back. The UN peacekeepers, they were doing the same thing in Haiti, did it in Africa, they were doing it in Sri Lanka, all right? And they're going to do it over here in America. That's thus saith the scriptures, man. Because that's what Esau does, man. You know, and those UN troops, best believe they're gonna come over here because America now, they're in so many wars, All right, that when something does happen, they gotta call in their own troops, man, because all their troops are scattered abroad. You know?
It's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse here in America than it was in Haiti. You know, and in Africa, places in Africa, like you were saying, because the women here is way worse than any other woman anywhere else.
That's true.
All right, that's why you have a damn so-called Arab woman walking down the street. She'll probably have her stroller, but she'll be covered, man, from head to toe. Then you have the so-called nigga woman, her ass is out, you know, her titties is out. All right, so when Yahawashi brings judgment upon this place, it's gonna be worse than any other judgment upon any other place, man. You know, and that's the same going into how 200 million missiles is gonna hit this place, and it shall never be inhabited, man. So everything is gonna be turned up here, man. Worse than any other place before, man. Matter of fact, you had that Ebola outbreak, and it was mainly back there in Africa, man. You know, and it was murking them, man. It was dropping like left and right. But guess what? The physics is gonna be even 10 times worse, man. That's why it says in Psalm the 91st chapter, all right, 1,000 shall fall by thy right hand and by thy left hand. 1,000 shall fall by thy right hand and by thy left hand, but it shall come nigh unto thee, man. You know, all these damn dead bodies is gonna bring forth even more diseases on top of that, man. But I got something. So, 2nd Esdras 16 verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
Yeah, this is the God's house. This is the time where this is it for this place, man. You know? Where these troops gonna get busy, man. Any given time, man. But mainly what we waiting on is the chip. And that also consistent, that's a chip scripture too, man. Because they're gonna come down having great wrath. Alright? Like a storm soldier, man. Like a storm soldier. I don't know if you read it. The original. What, 16, right? Yeah, added the original book.
Oh, yeah. 2nd Esdras 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you.
And that's the stormtroopers. That's these elites and they're, you know, pushing those buttons for the army to be over you, man. You know? They're training now for to be trained in the United States to run through these homes, man. You know, to come through the projects, man. You know?
And this nigga over here think he having a good night. Fuck up with that shit. That's sad, man.
Yeah.
You know, meanwhile, burning multitude is right over your dumbass head, man.
And he could tell in his face he was enlightened because what we were saying he didn't even know about. You know? That's why he wanted to agree, but then he wanted to disagree. You know? If we got some truth, that's what they do. They'll listen to some truth, but then they want to push away the rest of the truth, man. Because they're stuck in their old man ways, man. You know?
I got a precept on that. 1 Corinthians 3 and 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
And that's true. Hey, you could be a wordsmith, you could be a book smart, you know, you could read all these books. You could have been reading books, you know, since you was 9 and you went to college and read this and read that. That don't mean nothing compared to the Lord's word, man. You know, you gotta humble yourself to the Lord's word because this is what they don't know. You know? Yeah, they know everything else, but they don't know the way to the Lord, man. Or they don't know the Lord, period, man. You know?
You got scholars with PhDs that when you bring up prophecy, they can't tell you shit.
Right.
So.
Because all they taught was what Esau taught them. Esau didn't teach us that with Jacob, man. That do the power of the Most High put upon anointed men taught us who we are, man. Right. You know, Esau, you don't have a hand in this. You got a hand in those different camps and those men that sold out, but you don't have a hand in this narration of what the Lord is speaking, man, in His gospel. You know.
And that's why Yahawashi said this. John chapter 3 verse 3. Yahawashi answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High.
And that'll go over his head, man. Just like in the past, man. Go over their head. Be born again. Must I be put in my mother's womb?
Shit, and he was a doctor of the law. Yeah. Nicodemus. And that shit went right over his head.
Yeah, that's how you know that theological seminaries have no weight behind it.
It's different. That's why the scripture doesn't fit. Let me get it real quick. First Corinthians.
He became a fool, man. Nicodemus was a fool, man. You know, he was a doctor of the law, but he was a fool, man, because they went right. He did know what they said, man. You know.
First Corinthians 2 and 14. Matter of fact, let me start at verse 12. First Corinthians 2 and 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of the Most High. So what this knowledge, we didn't have to pay for this. We didn't pay the money for a course. You know what I'm saying? To learn this knowledge, it came freely, man. Because of what the Lord got to open up your mind to the understanding, man. So it comes freely, and you got to pay a price once you get it, but it comes free. You know what I'm saying? Verse 13, which things also speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teaches, but which the Holy Spirit teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. So as brothers were saying, what Nicodemus couldn't do that, because he wasn't on that spiritual level. He worried about, you know what I'm saying, man's wisdom, man's teachings, man's goings. But this is spiritual, man. Right? But that man received not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, but they are fruitless unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. But he that is spiritually judges himself, that he himself is judge of no man. That's why he thought that dumbass shit, well, I gotta go back into my mama's womb, born again. That's a natural man's thinking, man. A natural man's thought process, man. I was not talking about that, you dumbass. Use your brain, man. And let you know, people in schools, they stuck on stupid. They gotta go according to a curriculum, man. That's all they. That's why. How the brothers brought out the scripture about like you're a free man in the Lord, because the scriptures open up our minds, man. We can think clearly. We're not caught up in the dogma of this world and this one way of Esau's thinking. Because if that was the case, we would continue to think that you can't get rid of no disease. You know what I'm saying? We'll still be believing that they went to the moon, did all of this dumb shit that they lied to us about, and we was caught up in their philosophies, man. But we well past that, man. We know about the angels and the chariots and the spiritual powers and all that stuff, man. But the rest of the world don't know about it. So they the ones that's really stuck in the box, man.
Yeah, we'll say this real quick. That's why Esau, he forces our children, forces you to go to school. And even if you try to home train, they give you a hard-ass time. They'll send you to the courts, man. And now to the point where if your child missed, I don't know how many days they got in the school year. School year, from September to what is it, June something or whatever. It depends on where you live. I know it's different. But even if your child missed like 3 days, it's like, bruh, goddamn, they send you a letter to the house warning you. Don't let your child miss more days. You're going to be summoned to come to court. Like, what the fuck? I mean, when I was in school, they tried to push that shit, but we missed a whole lot of it. Yeah. And, you know, now they're sending you to court because they want your children to go so they can educate your children in these lies, man.
Yeah. And you know, the funny thing is, right? Dr. Sebi's a prime example. He ain't never go to school, right? Able to do all type of shit, right? Then his daughter, at first his daughter didn't go to school, but then they put her in school. And the teacher was trying to tell his daughter something that she knew wasn't right. But the teacher was like, well, this is what we teach her or whatever. And after that day, she didn't want to go to school no more.
Oh yeah, that also happened years ago when we was downtown teaching. I used to work at Bethesda, at this hospital and shit. It was this chick, she saw me downtown, but we worked together. So when I got to the job, I didn't know she saw me. She was like, oh, I see you. Knowledge. And she was like, yeah, I want to know something. So I started telling her little bits, like what it is. You know, you don't really teach women. But then she was on me. Like, and then she was like, yo, what you think about Greek mythology? I was like, it's made up. That's the Greek going into it with her. And she was like, yo, I got this paper I gotta put together. And she basically, when I told her about it, how it was bullshit, she went back and told her professor that this is wrong and this and that. And the professor told her, he said, look, if you want to pass my class, you better write something for Greek mythology. I don't care what you know. And she came back and told me, I said, well, look, you went to school, you in college. She was going to Essex County over here. That happened to her. Like same thing you said, that happened to her shit. You know?
This is John chapter 8, verse 20, a few verses, right? These words spake Yahawashi in the treasury as he taught in the temple. And no man laid hands on him, and no man laid hands on him, for his hour was not yet come. Then Yahawashi again said unto them, I go my way, and ye shall seek me, and ye shall die in your sins. Whither I go, ye cannot come. Then the Jews said, will he kill himself? Because we had said, whither he go, ye cannot come. And he said unto them, ye are from beneath, I am from above. Ye are of this world, I am not of this world. You know? So the Lord was basically talking of spiritual talk. You know? And you know, just a way that you're being taught to be thinking harder. You can't get this stuff.
Same thing like dude here. I talked about Ishmael. He said Ishmael wasn't around in 1500s. It's like it's all over his head. It's like in his head, it's like, what is this guy talking about? Not knowing that you're telling the truth.
So the look on his face when I said that, yeah?
No, the older guy that was here before you came. Yeah.
Don't came.
Yeah.
These are.
Hey, like he said, Ishmael, they helped with the ships and us to be slaves.
And that's
like Ishmael wasn't around in the 1500s.
That's history though, and you can't believe history. How you gonna believe something spiritual?
Exactly. Ishmael was the son of Abraham. So what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean?
He thought that we were talking about literally Ishmael.
Oh, okay.
He didn't, that's why I told him it's the descendants. How the fuck? How plain could we be, man?
See that? Like I said,
Oh, what are you thinking?
Hey, look, hey, that's a prime example. The natural man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The natural man.
And these institutions of higher learning, like colleges, they're being ran by the same people that teach that everything came from a big bang. So it's like, really, what higher learning do you have?
Right. Talking about the earth is a trillion, million years old, dinosaurs. Like, shut up. No, it's not.
I got a quick precept. John 8:32, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
That's the saying in the world. The truth shall set you free, man. That's a Bible verse.
and they don't even have understanding on that when they do say it. You know, according to this world, you know, because like I said, just like what they're saying, how they don't so they got to be back to each other, you know. And that is, you know,
And that's good to apply to us because we are now set free.
Right.
Spiritually, man. Because we was locked in chains spiritually, even though, you know, we're still in bondage, but not the hard bondage, but it was our minds that went astray, man. So now we truly free through Yahawashi, man. You know, we know who we are, we know He's coming back, we know the gospel, we got the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding. It's like we just gotta hold on now, man. You know?
Right, because we look at the Bible as a reference. Like he kept pushing this off as a religion. But religion, religion is just a belief.
Right.
So you can believe on something, you can believe on something, but it's not necessarily I should take your word true. What's to say your religion is not more than mine? You know what I'm saying? But that's why I brought out the Psalms 12. How it says that the word of the Most High is pure. All right, because this is the reference. Going back to the word truth, man. This is the truth.
Yeah, I got some. This is these Edomites and dealing with education. I'm gonna read into it. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing wrong. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings.
Hey, and that's what happened. Even going into Christianity and Islam, the people that wasn't trying to get with it got killed, man.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, if you don't believe in this, it must be something wrong with you.
Right. That's when they push off that hell, the hell doctrine.
Yeah, and people forget the history that Christianity and the Muslim religion was spread throughout the four corners of the earth through the edge of a sword, man. People were told to follow it or they'd be put to death. Right. You know?
Right. It says, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing wrong. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. He professes to have the knowledge of God, and he calls himself the child of the Lord. That's strictly the mind of Esau, man.
Hey,
You know?
and you see how it says our education, their education, but what? They're clean contrary to the Lord's doings. So what? Our doings, you know, we go with what the scriptures say. He's clean contrary to it. So what? You're going to come up with things. Oh, the Lord didn't create the earth. The Big Bang Theory, you know, a star exploded, you know, and what else is the other one? How old the earth is, and heliocentricity, how everything surrounds the sun, you know, how the sun is the center of the universe. All that is their religion, man. You know?
Hey, the word religion, all it really means is what you're bound to. It means really to bind, or what you're bound to. That's why, you know, in ancient times, you used to wear the phylacteries and all of that, and it used to be tied around the arm and all of that. You know what I'm saying? With the Bible, the priest will have it like that. That shows what you're bound to. You are bound to the law, statutes, and commandments. So whatever your morals is, your principles, whatever you believe in, that's your religion, because that's what you're bound to. You know what I'm saying?
He also goes contrary to the scriptures in his book by teaching the Iceland.
Yeah,
you know, which was the flood. You know, so now Esau's not gonna teach the flood in school, but he'll teach the ice age. You know,
Right. And that's why the so-called Native Americans, some of them is all fucked up, man. Because they think that's how they got over here, man. Some damn Bering Strait. You know? That's not how you fucking got over here, man. Excuse my language, man. Hey, the Apocrypha tells you how you got over here. I got something else on there?
You got it.
This is Psalms chapter 64, verse 6. Because they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. You know? So, hey, it's all a part of their agenda to keep us going off, man. Even going back into the school system, man. You know? That's a part of Esau being the damn devil, man. Institutionalizing us, man.
Can I add this to you, brother? They now, in New Jersey, in the school systems, they're now teaching the history of homosexuality. So they want to teach their children to be able to accept homosexuality behavior as if it's normal. So just because the government passed laws doesn't make it right. You know?
Hey, since they want to do that, matter of fact, instead of reading like that, around verse 7. Yeah. 1:7, somebody grab that real quick. But we talk about Sodom and Gomorrah and everything, the destruction that they suffered by the hands of that.
This is Jude chapter 1 and 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh.
Hey, giving themselves over to fornication, meaning overall, meaning what? Any unlawful sexual act. Giving themselves over to strange flesh. The same sex that you are. You know what I'm saying? Men with men and women with women. So this is the real history. This is the real history of that, man. So if they're going to teach about the history about homosexuality, if they're going to get to Sodom and Gomorrah, and how these motherfuckers was destroyed for that wicked shit.
And also too, I forgot who brought it out, but I remember they were saying this. They want to start putting teachers of the Bible into the school system. I forgot who was supposed to be in the face of it, but they was talking about the school system teaching the Bible. No, it was Trump. Okay, somebody said it. Yeah.
They want to bring the Bible back. Like,
Yeah.
You don't want us to bring the Bible back.
They want to bring the Bible. They want to bring the Bible into their school system so they can control how the Bible is, how the Bible speaks.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
The interpretation of it.
Yeah, and hey, you know it's not going to be a regular guy teaching LGBT history, man. You know it's going to be a damn homo, okay? And you can't trust homosexuals around your kids, man. As a matter of fact, this is on second.
Let me sit in one of them classes, man, where they teaching that shit at. Let me see what all they start off at. Cause a riot in that motherfucker.
This is on 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. All right, so everything is about to start getting worse here in America, man. And it's that slippery slope, man. You know, like you say all the time, man. Once Obama, all right, allowed all homosexuals, 50 states to get married, that was a slippery slope, man. Now it's all downhill from there, man. As far as all that strange sexual activity, man. You know, so now you're gonna have these big gay owls touching your kids and stuff in school, man. You know, telling them not to tell nobody. you ain't gonna know what's going on in class no more, man.
Hey, that shit is perverted, man. You got a homosexual teacher, a man, or it could be a woman. And now you're teaching this to the children, and then you got one kid that is already believes that he's gay, and he like, you know what I'm saying? The teacher can start doing something with the damn student, man. That shit crazy. And we know the teachers fuck the students. Yeah. You know?
In Cali, that's actually the new sex ed classes that a kindergartner, 4 or 5 year olds, you could already start teaching them that if they feel like they want to be another gender, they can.
Wow.
And they said that abstinence, it means like if you don't want to be part of sexual intercourse, if you want to be abstinent, you can still be sucking dick. What? All that shit. You can look it up. That shit just happened this month.
Oh, wow. God.
It's part of the curriculum. You can't take your kid out the class.
It's not even your kid.
Yeah. Just like they force homosexuality down your throat, they're gonna force the chip, man.
And all that is going into our people being institutionalized as well. I remember when I was going to school in like 6th grade, they was teaching us about how the damn Israelis are the real Jews, man. You know, about the Holocaust and stuff like that, man. Okay, to make it seem like they're the real chosen people. So now if a so-called black person call themselves a Jew, it's like you a joke. Like what? You've been learning who the real Jews are. Since the 6th grade we knew that, man.
Yeah.
They taught me that in school too. They always had to play this movie called Schindler's List. Every when I was in 7th grade, and everybody that was in 7th grade, we got this college, this so-called Jew, and Mr. Shaker. They were so-called Jews. They would play that. They make sure they play that fucking movie in the auditorium and shit. You know, and they'll sit there and anybody start laughing and something. You know, Jake, with one dude, I think he got into some shit in the movie. He hid in some shit to hide. And Jake was just laughing like, yo, look at this shit. They get out. You know, because they want you to take it serious. What the hell with y'all, man? You know?
Right. Meanwhile, you can't take slavery serious, though.
Yeah, but you got to forget about that.
Look at that.
Well, now they're actually teaching, hey, it goes on, man. The school down there in Texas got in trouble for that. To try to say we was indentured servants, man. We was getting paid for it and we volunteered for it, man.
Wow.
You know, when that's not true. They're trying to change the narrative. That's all they're doing, you know. They want to try to change the narrative for the newer generation to come up. And really, to tell you the truth, man, if you was somebody that cut school, man, hey, man, that one day, you wouldn't even know what slavery was, man, because it was a one-day lesson.
Yeah.
You know? It was a one-day lesson.
Yeah, it wasn't so important.
If you cut school that day or missed school that day, man, you was ass out.
Because I don't remember this school them really teaching anything about that shit. All I remember them teaching about the so-called founding fathers and all of that shit. I don't remember them being taught about slavery like that.
I learned about slavery. They taught us it was more like you said. It was a weak thing. They would talk about it around Black History Month, but they would always push Martin Luther King and you know them guys that's Harriet Tubman and talk about the real. You know what I'm saying? But this one teacher I had, she was passionate about slavery, so she used to show us the pictures.
Got a precept. It's Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity, Esau, and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
That's right. That go hand in hand with Jeremiah 3:15, man. You know, and the Lord said, "Give you passes according to His heart. According to His heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding, man." You know, your eyes going to see your teacher, so the elect can receive the knowledge and understanding. You know.
And that's the mercy of BaHaSham Yahawashi. Even though he know 2/3 of our people ain't gonna get it, he still gave him, he gave him help. You know, Jake like to say, I wish I had a what they say. Jake like to say, I wish I had a rule book to this life. But here, the Most High is giving you teachers, to give you the understanding of the rule book, and you still don't want to get it.
And this thing is so spiritual. It's beyond what our brains can actually think of because here it is, we teaching for the elect, but then we also to tell the wicked, the Edomites, that they're gonna go into slavery. To tell the other nations that they're gonna go into slavery. We're gonna be superior over them. We're gonna have the authority and rule over you, man. And let alone what the Lord is doing to you. This word keeps going out, 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 year after year, year after year, year after year, year after year. Hey, you gotta take notice to it. Before they used to media blockers, then before at one time they used to take down the videos like nothing. Now all of a sudden they want to pick up the narrate and talk about us and demonize us. Well, hey, the Lord is doing so much by us just prophesying, man. He's doing so much and using the word brother's video. It could be a brother that don't get no views, man. But the 3-4 views he get, that video the elite watched it, or somebody he saw and they got spooked by it, man. What is he saying? How is that? Then they go get the Bible. They probably, their parents don't want him to see it, you know, or they make sure his wife don't make sure he don't want his wife to know he watching the what he called the black Hebrew Israelites, you know. But he wanted, because Esau is nosy, man. He can't help himself, man. If he don't know what this is, he wanted. What is they talking? You know what? Let me see. Huh? What? He read on the history a little bit. What? Hey, come on. The Bible? Esau? What Esau? I did. You know, like it hits him. He gets it, man. He gets it, man. You know, 2/3, they just. They can't get him for nothing, man. But Esau gets it. You know he's Esau, man.
It's like that old Jake, man. You try to compare to him, he's a Muslim, man. We talk nationality, man. You know, you still want to cling on to religion, man. That's why he got hung up. He got hung up on it, man. You don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah, Esau sitting, I got you. Esau sitting in that office of his, nice little office with books in the back. You know, he got the nice table, $1,000 table, desks and shit. And he got all these things. He could just go into this. He got the Bible open. He watching the video, smoking his cigar. You know, listening and everything. And then he started asking his buddies and shit at the job. You heard about these guys? What you think? Oh yeah. And he started wanting to go pull up the alcohol. He want to dig into information.
Yeah.
And he learned that, damn, we the Edomites, man. You know what? Demonize them damn dudes. Their mouths gotta be stopped.
Yeah,
you know? He might, devil might, all them times we was downtown North, all them devils used to come down there, we used to agent, turn around, walk off. You know, they take it personal. It's like you talking to, we're talking to the camera in the wind, and they take it personal. So you know, where they at? Oh, I see. Watch this video. Watch that video. Watch that video. Watch that video. Oh, I know they downtown. Okay. Oh, okay. Landmarks, Dollar Tree. Okay. They ride down there and they get out here before you. And look at you. You say, now look at this devil. Not knowing this devil is watching us for months. Right. And want to come down and meet us and see what it's all about. Want to pick at you. Yeah, remember that dude was throwing shit at us and shit, man? You know?
Remember the motherfucker that came down off the bus, man? He wanted us to fight straight up. We don't gotta fight shit. But also, remember those guys that said they was going to Gina hunting, man?
Oh yeah.
You know? Them damn lowest of the lowest Edomite.
Yeah, but they.
Because like I said, that we're prophesying unto the nations as well, you know. Right. So you're gonna get your judgment as well, man. You know. And this book is not for your benefit, man. It's not for your favor, man. And you do that, man.
And another thing too is that when, you know, a lot of people talk all that mess, but when they come down before us, the spirit is overwhelming, man. It don't matter what we look like. It's just when you get here, you don't have that same energy and when you was home. It's something about the spirit of the Lord in the house, and when brothers bringing out the scripture, it's like they want to be like and say all that goofy shit they say on the comment board, but then they just struck in with fear a little bit. It's like, and then they try to, you know, with somebody else say something, yeah, they want to gang up and try to get their 2 cents in. You know, we got it. I'll bring scripture.
I got some real quick. Finish off on this. And thine eyes shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left. So they're not going to be able to gainsay nor resist. You know what I'm saying? We're Israel, you know, we live, you know what I'm saying? We see things how they see things almost in a way. Like Esau, we see how people look at us, you know what I'm saying? Racism, shit like that. We be able to marry it with the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? So they can't gainsay nor resist what we're saying, even though they do, because it's a demon on them, man.
Man, we know this the truth, man. Y'all, man, go watch Right Burn. When he was in that bed, and that spirit talked to him, he got up. So read that again. Read that again.
Isaiah 30:21, and thy ear shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left.
And another thing too, Job, where it talks about he seal your instructions when you sleep. Every time he went to sleep, my son was watching. He was like, how come when you go to sleep you keep messing with him? Because he getting them instructions, man. That's a spirit of power of Yahawah.
A lot of lessons.
That's a badass movie, man.
You know, that's how they try to demonize you too.
Yeah.
You know, like it seemed like it was a bad thing.
trying to make it seem like a demon.
The brothers with the eye salve could see that that's righteous.
And what we say earlier, he said not everything.
Oh yeah, that was a bad quote. He said not everything that's evil is bad or something like that.
Yeah, not all bad
Don't
things.
get too much else out.
Y'all still gonna want to see it, man. Y'all still gonna want to see it. Trust me, man.
Just even with the apostle, like even what the apostle was saying.
Apostle Hart?
Yeah, he said, that's like the best movie I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
You know, hey, it's something for the world, man. What he was doing, he was cleaning the earth, man. He was going to clean the earth.
Come on, man.
You might see that tonight, huh? Might see that
I
tonight.
got a
That's
preset
no
too.
precepts, man. That's why they fucking up for everybody, man.
It's already done, huh?
Good thing I wasn't here.
Sick of forking it, huh? It's over.
Already doing. First Corinthians 1:18. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved it is the power of the Most High.
Us that are saved, it's the power of the Most High. And the Lord said He's willing to show His power in us, man. So by saving us, it's showing His power, man. You gotta imagine this place, America, North America, when it's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, and the Lord had the angels pulling brothers up. That's power that the Most High has, man. Power like no other, man. The same power gonna give us power, man. Bright burn.
For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent.
Ooh. See? Destroy the wisdom of the wise, man. You know, Esau ain't nothing but the modern day Chaldeans, man. You know, he's wise, but the Lord is going to bring him nothing, man. You know, he's going to be destroyed, man. He's going to confound the wise, man. You know, you thought you was wise. You thought you had power. You know, they got lasers. They can make a man fly. They got the ability to fly their planes. They got their chariots, man.
Yeah, they can punch through this wall, huh?
Yeah.
They got the metal arm shit.
They got the he fell out. They brought this out a long time ago, but I'm surprised brothers started talking about it again. They got what's the movie with Tom Cruise and that chick, and he kept dying, and he was in that machine. He was in that machine with that chick, Transcendence. Yeah, they got the military. It's like Iron Man suits. They got Iron Man suits. Like when you said punch this wall, they could put themselves in that Iron Man suit and they could have strength like no other, man. You know, they got that shit, man. You know, Esau got a lot of gadgets, man, especially the Americans, man. Exoskeleton suits, as the brother said. They got a lot of gadgets and technology, man. That's why they believe they're gonna win, yeah.
And the movie Pacific Rim too, those giant robots that were controlled by people, that shit is gonna work with that chip that's gonna be in your forehead too.
And then China keep topping them because China, with the exoskeleton robots, so they can put suits they can put themselves in. China got a better one. They got larger ones. You know, man, we was talking about this. What was it? Beginning of this year, how China, their military troops are receiving inserting 3 microchips inside their brains, man, so that they can control at the court, man. So everything that Esau's doing, the Gooks are going 10 times more harder. They're idea we're gonna do more than that. You know?
Control jets too off that shit. And then Yahawah the other day, you know, the Goop is on it already, man. She was paying with her phone. She ordered it off her phone. Then she had to scan her phone or whatever, and then she paid with her phone again, man. Nobody else doing like fucking, man. Excuse my language.
I saw a brother, I think it was Kazakh in Mississippi. The brother Yahawashi coming back page. Yahawashi's coming. I saw another brother post this video, and the video was where y'all seen our video with it was BBC. Israelite. She had the phone in her hand.
Yeah.
She had the phone. She was the phone. She literally called her friend, and she was like, "Hello," and she's talking to her in her hand, and then the woman didn't realize the shit, and then she said, "Well, look," she showed her fingers. She had chips all right here in her fingers. Oh, I guess they call it skin tattoo. was a skin tattoo, but that still relates going into the shit.
They show that in a few movies and shit like that. Total Rico. Yeah, Total Rico.
That's a throwback too. That's like an 80s.
Damn.
The remake.
Oh, the remake. Okay.
Hey, so you got something?
Acts chapter 17, verse 6. And when they found him not, they drew Jason and certain brethren unto the rulers of the city, crying, these that have turned the world upside down are come hither also. So that's like what you were going into earlier about Esau, man. When he really takes the time to check out what we're saying, it's like we turning this whole world upside down, man. You know, because he got money in the bank for his 2 kids to go to college. You know, but here it is, on the contrary, we tell him he's going into slavery with the scriptures to prove it, man. You know, so they ain't gonna let that stand, man. Okay, and they're gonna try and come down on us, man.
You know what? And another thing, why they listen, because they know we're right. They listen. That's Satan. Look, they know we're right because they listen. When they listen, they know that we're right about the mark of the beast. That's biblical. All right, everything we say is biblical. But one thing that gets their antennas rolling is because we talk about the World War III. They know about it. They watching the news. They watching these other news. That scares them. That's why someone want to get out of here. And when we talk about it and bringing out the scriptures, they want to know what the Bible say about it. The mark of the beast, man. So then when we go in there and then also tell you we the Israelites and the Lord gonna save us, it's like they don't want to talk about that part, but they'll use us for the information and breaking down the scriptures. And now you see a lot of them making their videos and then they're going to the blue level. When did they even start going to blue level? Never going.
Zechariah chapter 12, verse 3. And in that day when I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people, all that burden themselves with it shall be cut into pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered against it. You know? And it says, we're going to meditate that terror.
Oh, meditate terror.
No, meditate terror, though, basically how us being out here.
But you on point though. Still gonna meditate terror.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we are a terror to behold them?
Huh?
Is that's I think it was they are.
We shall bring them to their feet.
Well, as the brother, we get the scripture. Hey, well, you know, like the brother said, we're gonna meditate terror, and we are, man. We're gonna meditate terror. We're meditating terror now, man. You know, hoping that the Lord, you know, redeem us as the elect, deliver us, and give us those spiritual powers, and have the orders to clean the earth and take down you Edomites, man. Get you out of the rocks and holes where you gonna hide, man. So with that, we want to give all praises to Yahawah,
BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders, GreatMillStone. Salutations to all the Lord's home for elect stands abroad. Shalom.